What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Zim. That's me, the Zim's Video Journal episode. What are we on? 86. Thanks for joining me back again. Where should we start? I'm going to start with the Seattle Music Scene Documentary 2. The link to the first documentary is in the description of this. But the second one I'm working on, and I made some great progress over the last few days. I basically got all the big chunks, like all the big kind of placements of everything done. Now I just have to fine tune more, and like it'll probably be another week or a week and a half if I'm diligent about it, getting it all polished up and ready to be published. So, but I made some great progress. I'm really stoked on it. I'm excited to put it out and see if it gets any response from you or whoever. So check it out. I'll keep you posted on that. Word on the Street, the podcast, which this is not the podcast. Word on the Street was Caleb Arnold, also known as C-Leb from C-Leb and the Kettle Black. And it was great. It was one of my favorites. Again, they just keep getting better, or, at least on par with a lot of the ones I've been doing lately. And one of the main reasons I really liked this one was because Caleb, he understood the space of a podcast. So, and he brought a desire to talk about things. He had his own agenda, and it's good like that. So it allows the conversation to go deeper quicker rather than staying on the surface, having to get to know you stuff and then kind of going deeper. We already knew each other pretty well from just being in the scene, and so check it out if you haven't had a chance. WOTSpodcast.com is the place. Description in the video in the description is in the link is in the description of this video down there. So check it out. Let's see. Still doing the clutch project. I'm still, hustling my clutch, trying to make it happen. And, Seahawks won today. Pretty good. 36 points over the Arizona Cardinals. And so that means that I'm creating a discount code for $36 off the clutch. Because after every Seahawks game, I'll do that. And this week's discount code will be in the description there. Also, the link to the clutch will be in the description. I got a couple of designs that I'm doing, but if you want to support this whole thing, Word on the Street, the clutch, the Zim and Arock, the Zim, local art, all that kind of stuff, buy a clutch because it would help a lot. So there's that, and let's see, what else we got? So last week I asked you, so a couple of weeks ago, I was able to get a few of you to play along. I haven't been able to get you to play along yet, so I'm hoping to get your interactions with this. And last week a couple weeks ago, I asked you what your favorite local bands were. I got people to play along, a bunch of bands that I'm still working on checking out. So that was really great. But I wanted to find out what was your favorite artistic moment of 2015. So I'm going to ask that question again. What was your favorite artistic moment of 2016 that you were either involved with or saw or a part of? Could be your favorite album that came out. Could be your favorite movie that came out. It could be something that you did, your favorite show you played, a tour you went on, anything like that. I told you what mine was last week, so you can check out last week's video journal if you're interested. We'll just leave it at that. So tell me, I want to know from you. What was your favorite moment of last year, artistic moment for you or somebody else, or something that you were a part of or whatever? So let me know. Love to hear it. And last week, at some point, I mentioned that I was going to do my review of Star Wars. I'm not going to get too detailed into it, just because I'm not motivated anymore to do it. But I I saw the movie twice. I loved it. I think it was great. Yeah, I don't really have any major issues with it. Well-made movie. Things that I'm curious about. I like the fact... So my two favorite scenes, were when... So this is a potential spoiler. So if you're watching this and haven't seen Star Wars yet, I'm going to say stuff freely. I'm not going to worry if you have or not seen it. So anyways, go see it or stop this video. My two favorite scenes were... My first favorite scene was the scene, or, it's not really... There's no hierarchy. It's just two of my favorite scenes. was when Poe Dameron, the X-wing fighter pilot that you meet at the beginning, you know, it comes in the middle of the movie again, where the First Order is attacking the place that all the characters went. I don't remember the name of the place. That kind of oasis, that kind of like cantina version 2 that they created, and the resistance came and was attacking the TIE fighters and stuff. And you see that it was like a sweeping shot of Poe Dameron just like taking out a whole bunch of TIE fighters and different things. And I thought it was a really cool shot, the way they panned that across that whole thing. That was really cool. And my second kind of scene of note that I really liked was just the scenes when Rey's character was on, like, after she escaped capture and she was, you know, kind of making her way around the new Death Star thing, the Star Killer base. It felt, the tone of that whole sequence felt very reminiscent to the original Star Wars, and that's what I liked about it, because it was like there was like this pace. It kind of slowed down the pacing a little bit, and this, like, the scenes and the sounds and all that kind of stuff was like this. It felt like it was in that world, and it made sense. You know, like, the scene I liked the least probably was the scene when you first meet Han Solo again, and they had those creatures, and those like space pirates came on his freighter ship. And I really didn't like that whole sequence that much. I felt like it didn't fit the vibe of Star Wars enough, and it was more of a J.J. Abrams kind of thing than a Star Wars thing, I think. And also, some of the things, like, there were moments that felt like, I've watched Star Trek, the J.J. Abrams version of Star Trek, a bunch, and, you know, I could feel his influence on a lot of the movie, especially like scenes like at the very beginning. There's some scenes sprinkled in that just felt, it took me out a little bit of the movie, such as the very first scene where you see the stormtroopers in the landing pods at the very beginning of the movie. Just the way that was shot was just like, it just, because I know J.J. Abrams' style so much, I was just like, oh, that's J.J. Abrams, the way he does things. And the same with some scenes on the Star Killer base. And the Star Killer base in itself was kind of like, it was too massive. It seemed too science fiction-y. Like the Death Star, I don't know, I like the idea of the Death Star way better than the Star Killer base, because it seemed like just the science behind the Star Killer base didn't seem practical. Like sucking the sun and then, like, I don't know, it just didn't seem practical. It's like, does the base move around once the sun is gone? How does it move to another place, and how does that energy stay inside of it without destroying the planet? Sucking, and just, I don't know, just didn't quite work for me in those senses, but whatever. It's a movie, you know. Anyways, I'm taking up way too much time talking about Star Trek. So I really enjoyed it. All in all, I really enjoyed it. I'm really excited to see what comes next with the series. So anyways, that's my video journal for this week. Let me know your thoughts on the movie, or especially on what was your favorite artistic moment of 2015. Or, you know, Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you're enjoying it. I go back to work on Monday. I've been off for a week and a half, whatever, so, which has been rad. But now I just get to go back to the grind, which is not that exciting. But anyways, peace. I'll talk to you next week.